Hey guys, it's been a minute. I'm not saying this just for the sake of saying it, but I am really so sorry because I have been getting people who have been sending me messages about, Lucha, where the hell are you? Where are the videos and so on and so forth. But I went MIA again, but now it's for a good reason. This month has been super hectic. I had so much planned for this month, for March, because it marks 1 year since I've been in China teaching here. And I had so many great video ideas, some which were kind of successful, some were not. One of the reasons why I have been MIA is because I had technical issues. First, it was my laptop. It didn't want to edit. I couldn't take my videos from my SD card and transfer them to the laptop to edit them. And then my VPN. So basically, in China, there's a firewall. If you guys didn't know that, and it doesn't. You can't go on Facebook. You can't go on WhatsApp. You can't do anything basically besides use Chinese apps. So since they blocked those apps, you can use the VPN to get the apps that you're used to, which is why I'm able to post videos on YouTube. But what happened was that my VPN stopped working for some time. I emailed the support team or whatever they call it, and they told me that I need to delete everything on my laptop, and I was like, hell no, I'm not going to do that. And all it took was for me to restart my computer. I'm one of those people who just leaves their computers and never shuts it down. And okay, anyway, I'm babbling, but yeah, that's what happened. And personal issues, of course, and blah blah blah. But at collab, we're here now. New video, new me, new month, new me, babes. Yes, so let me start off where I got the idea. So I was working for an online teaching company, as I've mentioned it before. Let me actually tell you guys, Call Force was based in Cape Town, and I've also worked in their offices in Johannesburg. So guys, plug yourselves, because I was getting coins. I was a student at that time, and I was a student, and around the same time it was Fees Must Fall. Remember those Fees Must Fall protests? Yeah, around that time it was those protests. So we didn't have classes for long periods of time, sometimes for a week. So I was able to go in and work night shift as a language consultant. So yes, as I said, you do get the coins. Obviously it would be taxed and blah blah blah. First of all, I don't know if I should put this thing up in a bun and look like somebody's mom, or if I should just let it hang. Speaking of hanging, last night I went clubbing, and I was celebrating it's my 1 year anniversary now since I've been in China. The reason why I'm making this video, it's a video about my experiences in China. And I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, retweet, yay, tag me, do all the right things to get this video out. But anyway, we're not there. So the day that I was going to leave South Africa was a super hard day for me, and I have to say I cried. I legit, you know when you say your goodbyes and you go into the boarding gates, is it boarding gates? I don't know what they're called, but you go to the other side where nobody can see you. I started crying as if I wasn't crying the whole night, the previous night. And just to show you how needy I am, I remember my boyfriend wanted to go and get something to eat, and I had to pack some of my stuff. I started crying like, why are you leaving me? I always want to go with you. I was so needy, guys. But anyway, nonetheless, I got onto the flight and I cried and I cried and I cried, and I was still able to text everybody like I've just got my seat and blah 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 blah. And I was crying, like literally the whole time I was crying. So I would sleep and wake up cry, sleep, wake up, eat, sleep, wake up, ask for some water, and sleep again. Usually when I travel, I sleep. But yeah, that's what happened. And then I got to China the first day that I got to China. Let me drink some water for this. The first day that I got to China, before I left Johannesburg at the airport, I asked them luggage. Would I have to get my luggage in Beijing, or would I get it from the airport where I had to connect? So I had to connect in another airport in order to go to Beijing. So another airport in another city. So when I got to that city, something in me just said, go and check on your luggage. And I went to check on my luggage, and there it was. And I was afraid that somebody might take it, or whatever ish might happen to it. And by the time I got to the check-in counter, they told me, no, sorry, you are late, which was about maybe 4 minutes late. And yeah, that was just it. I had to go cry and ask them to please let me on the flight. I'm willing to leave my suitcases there because I know that I can make a plan and get my suitcases over to my city. I'm so distracted because my battery is dying. But anyway, I called my boss, the center manager, and they told me that there's really nothing they could do about it. I will just have to take the other flight, as suggested by the people who work for that airline. So that's what I did. I had to get another flight the following day. So what they said to me was that I can book into a hotel. So they gave me a list of hotels that I can book into. They were really cheap ones, and they were like okay-ish ones, and then they were expensive hotels. Obviously, I didn't want to choose something that's like extremely cheap and I end up in a dingy place. So I chose something that was fairly okay. I thought, wow, I got to the hotel. It was scary, to say the least. Well, I was scared because it wasn't scary as in like, oh my god, I'm gonna die in here, but it was weird. There were leaks on the wall. It was just creepy. Like, our standard of nice hotels is not the same as I don't want to say in China, but what it was in that city. So anyway, I spent the night. I couldn't even sleep in those sheets. I was scared to sleep in them because I didn't know, not that there was anything wrong with it, but with them or the hotel. Okay, maybe I'm reaching here, but I just decided that I'm gonna sleep. I unpacked some of my clothes and I put them on the bed because I know I can wash them at some later stage, and my mostly my coats, because I have a lot of coats. I put coats on the bed, and then that's what I used as my bedding. And it was such a hard time for me. I was on the phone the whole time crying, telling my family and my partner about what's happening. And then after that, okay, I slept through the night. I was shook, guys. Shooketh, to say the least. So I slept through the night, and the following morning, first thing I did is I went to go get a charger. Now, what I needed to, in order to get a charger, was obviously to get a translating app in order to tell these people that I need a charger. So before I left the hotel, I tried to translate. Oh, let me tell you something important. Before you come to China, you will need a VPN. Like I told you, I'm using a VPN right now, but this one's better than the one that I had back then. So I quickly translated on Google Translate charger. Where can I buy a charger and how much is a charger? So when I got down, I screenshot everything. So when I got downstairs, I was able to ask the ladies at the foyer at the hotel where I can get a charger, because my battery was flat at this point, and the plugs are different, the pins are different. So I went and got myself a new head for a charger, And then, well, eventually I got to my city and everything was fine. Now I start a new job. Okay, new challenges, babes, new challenges. I thought teaching was going to be extremely easy. Oh, it's a breeze. I love kids and I feel like, oh my gosh, they're so adorable. But wow, I was honestly going through the most. It was so hard for me to learn everything and to adapt to the new environment, and everything was just going on at the same time. But I was, I was keeping my head above water. I was just trying to stay afloat at the time. And Gapa, my finances are depleting. Because I was told that, no, you can come here for, like, if you have 2,000 RMB, you should be fine. Boy, were they wrong. The person who told me that, I don't blame them though. Maybe they can survive on that amount. But I had a lot going on even before I got to my city that 2,000 just didn't cut it. So I arrived just before payday, I think. So like the amount of money that they said would be fine, that amount maybe was suitable for them, but it definitely wasn't for me. Because remember, I had to pay for the hotel, I had to get another flight, I had to pay just a little bit extra for the other flight because I was still on time. The flight was still at the airport when they said I couldn't check in. So I guess that's why I didn't have to buy a new ticket. Excuse me. So yeah, there was a lot going on. My luggage was overweight. Oh my goodness, that was just a very strange time and a very hard time for me. But at work, there was this girl, guys, story time. There was this girl at work who just had it in for me, and no matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried, it just wouldn't cut it with her, until I got to a point where it was just like, you know what, listen here, I'm not gonna take this, I'm not gonna take this from you anymore. So it's either you get along with me or we just butt heads, or whatever happens. If shit hits the fan, it does. So that was the work experience. But as time went along, everything got better. I got better at my job. I started doing well, and I was happy. I was happy. I was making progress. And another thing that I had experienced in China was the challenge of having to communication. There were so many cases where there was a communication breakdown. My battery's gonna go flat. I'll just continue this video later.